What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Money Moves with Kay. I am Kay, and today we're going to talk about how to purchase a property under $500 at tax auction. And yes, it is possible, okay? But before I start, I really want to discuss a free a free newsletter that I just put together. A lot of people have already signed up. If you're interested, you can sign up. Now, what is this newsletter? Kay, I need to know before I sign up. Of course, I got you. So the newsletter sends you properties under $10,000 each and every week, okay? So if you're interested in getting inside the game of real estate, you really want to invest, this is your opportunity. I will link it in the pin comments. I will pin it in the comments, and I will also place it in the description, okay? It's free. There's no catch. It's free. And you can unsubscribe anytime you would like, but I did want to mention that to you guys so that you know. And it is called the 10K Property Report. I'll put a little logo here so you know. That's the only announcement I wanted to give to you because that's important. It's free. Free 99. Without further ado, let's get started on this though. So where I want to discuss today is a phenomenal state for many reasons with regards to real estate, okay? So I don't know anything else about Arkansas, which is what I'm going to discuss, outside of it has some really affordable deals, and I'm going to discuss and disclose to you how you can utilize this information in order to level up. You can flip these properties and do so much more, okay? But first, let's begin. So where I am on the website is the Commissioner of State Lands, okay? This is Arkansas land, and specifically, I'm looking at St. Francis County, okay? Now, this is like a little tip for those folks who are really interested in investing in tax auction properties, okay? You really want to try to find properties in these one-off or not talked about counties. That's your niche. That's where you want to be, because the more popular counties can be kind of oversaturated and overcrowded, okay? So if you really want to get a good deal, try first to go to those counties that are not discussed as much or not as popular for those folks who are investing, okay? Now, I know nothing about St. Francis. I just picked a county randomly because I really wanted to show you some properties that sold, okay? And St. Francis had this listing up. We're going to discuss and look at the first property. As you can see, it says $306. I'm gonna break this property down for you A to Z. But I really just want to talk about the fact that there are naysayers that say you cannot purchase a property under $500. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm showing you this right now. All right. So this is a past sale. These are all sold parcels. So it happened in August. And I'm only pulling this up because I want to show you what's possible. And this is recurring. I look at these types of properties all the time. And this is not the only time you can find properties under $500 for sale. And it's not all land, by the way, okay? Majority of it is, but not all of it. So this says $306, somebody purchased it, $1,600, $8,000. I'm only going over what sold, $9,000, $2,000, $222. Now, I will disclose here that you need to make sure that you do the proper due diligence to make sure that you're not purchasing a dud, something that nobody wants, okay? And as you can see right here, $340. The list goes on. I'm not going to scroll down because I really want to focus on one property to keep your attention. Let's stick with me. Stick with me. I really want to keep your attention to one property, and that one property is going to be the first one. So $306, that meets my promise of providing information for you under $500. Let's get it. So after further research and investigation, this is what I found. That this person, I won't disclose their name, but this person purchased this parcel of land. Now it's land. And as you can see, the last sale date is $306. Now, the thing you need to understand about Arkansas, in fact, I'm being honest with you, I'm about to hunker down on Arkansas because Arkansas is a tax deed state. Now, they do allow a redemption period before the tax auction, which is important because a lot of states have a redemption period, but it's after. So you might have to wait 12 months, 3 years, or whatever the case may be. Here in Arkansas, the property, once it's at auction and once it's sold, it's it. No more redemption period after the sale of the property, which is fantastic. I love tax deed states, and this is one of them that does have a redemption period only before the sale, okay? Keep that in mind. when you're trying to figure out, do you want to invest in tax deed states, which I break down in my course. I'll link it below as well. Make sure you check out my tax auction blueprint. It's for beginners. That's another way you can get in the game, okay, and not sit on the sidelines for 2026. We're right around the corner, guys, so keep that in mind. But back to this. What this person purchased it for was $306. So you want to identify, back to what I was saying, sorry, tax deed states or tax lien states, okay? This is a tax deed state with a redemption before the tax auction sale, okay? So here we go. So this is the parcel of land. I show in my course how to pull this up. So don't fret if you have the course, you know how to pull all this information up, this background information. Now, after further investigation, I see that this is the parcel of land and it has okay, so this is the road. This white shaded area, the white part is a road. It's a dirt road. This is the main road, but this is a dirt road. Okay. So after further investigation, I said, well, how does this property actually look? Did this person who purchased this piece of land for $306, did they get a deal? What does it look like in real time? Like, how does it look? So this is a bird's eye view on the GIS. We talk about that in the course, but this is the actual parcel of land. Now, as you can see, this is the dirt road here, and it doesn't really identify. You can't see it, just by looking at it, like where the boundary lines are for this particular piece of land. But I will say that the cool part about this, let me scroll over just a little bit. The cool part about this parcel of land is that there are other properties surrounding it. What does that mean, Kay? Well, that means to me as a land investor, we own real estate as well, like properties, homes. What that means to me is that utilities should be, I preface it with should be a piece of cake. Not all the time, but utilities, because it's on a public road, right? You have access and you see these homes around it have access to public water, electricity, etc., right? So that gives me peace of mind that I am purchasing, if I were to purchase this, that I'm purchasing a piece of land or a home or anything, but we're talking about land. I'm purchasing a piece of land that can connect to utilities. That's very important when you are considering land, especially if you want to build. Now, if you purchase this piece of land, which would be my strategy, what I would do is purchase some land and flip it. I did a video on this. I'll link it down below as well in my description. But I did a video on where I purchased a piece of land for $4,000 and I flipped it and we made $25,000. Now, how does that happen? Well, there's a process that you have to follow, because once you purchase this piece of land, there's a high probability, about 95 to 99% chance that you would get a quit claim deed, which is not as marketable. So what do you do after you purchase the parcel of land? That's what I discuss in my course. Okay. That's not as easy as people think, but it's possible. Plus, in reality, you may not even need to pretty much clear the title. You may not need to clear the title at all. Okay. You can really sell it as long as you're forthcoming and honest and say, hey, I purchased this at tax auction and it has a quit claim deed. Do you want to buy this land for $2,000? Do you think many people would turn that down? Maybe not. If they're really savvy and they say, no, it's not good, this, they may not. But you just made a profit by purchasing it for $306 and flipping it for $2,000. It's not a big profit, but it's enough to get you out of your debt right now, to place you in a better financial situation than you are right now, or just level up and you can save it and do something else and buy bigger, better real estate. So keep that in mind. The last thing I want to mention is that you want to ensure that, you're looking at zoning. You're looking at flood zone. Is it a flood zone? I see a puddle of water here, puddle of water here. You want to make sure that it can be utilized, okay? So all these things are very important with regards to land. We actually did a new construction home, and the home was within the city, kind of like this. It was in the city. And they did not require a perk test. That was another thing I was going to mention, is a perk test might need to happen. But when it's in a residential area like this where public utilities are a thing and it can be connected to public utilities, a lot of times, and it's a prep, like a lot of times, I'll say that again, a lot of times, most times, you don't need a perk test. Should you get it anyway? Maybe. That's your due diligence. That's your prerogative, I should say. Okay. So keep those things in mind. That's the end of my video. I just wanted to bring you a deal and mini deals. Let's go back to that. Well, mini deals under $500. Okay. And the list goes on. This is not just a small list. It's a large list of properties under $500. And I'm rambling, so I'll stop the video now. Thank you so very much for making it to this point in the video. If you made it this far in the video, again, thank you. And make sure you comment, I made it, in the comments. It allows me to know you made it this far in the video. And I truly do appreciate it. Don't forget to sign up for the free newsletter. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Don't forget to also grab the tax auction course if you're interested. If not, no worries. You can get the free 99 with the newsletter. All right. Until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.